What's going on this evening? My video tonight is going to be about Deion Sanders. Now, um, obviously, he didn't quit NFL Network. He's going to some jokester called Barstool podcast. And of course, he's dissing players who don't want to play during the virus, mainly African American ones. So you know where he's tap dancing. Now, I got to say this about Deion. Deion Sanders was one of my favorite players in the 90s. May have been my favorite because I loved his high stepping. And aside from when he put against for my Buffalo Bills, he's like the only player that I rooted for. Pretty much, I dug Deion. That dude was so fast. He only cat I ever known that his position that he could have a do rag on and not a hair out of place because he could jump up. He could jump the rock. It didn't matter if it was Brett Favre, whoever it was, he jumped your rock. Took that back for a 6-pack. Touchdown, So I dug him as a player. Big on prime time. But I got an issue on the personal side, and this is where you got to separate fan from fiction. I got an issue with him coming on players who don't want to play because the pandemic is real. This virus ain't no joke. It's life or death. And until they work out a bubble or something, there shouldn't be no sports really going on. It's too dangerous. Just don't take those chances unnecessarily. I don't think people, when they're looking at their bag and their bag, they don't realize 500 million people have got it and over 160 plus thousand have died. Where else do you know in 6 months we've had something that had a shutdown, a lockdown? And Deion Sanders knows better than that. White America ain't shutting down if it's a storm. It could be a war. They ain't shutting down. You know this is serious. So his logic is flawed. Then he gonna go to some barstool podcast place that the cat that runs it used the N-word. So that shows me right there that Deion is about dollar and tap dancing on the plantation. Now NFL Network, he was cool on that. And I liked his commentary, but they were gonna make him take a pay cut. Well, guess what, Deion? This is what's going on right now. So you have to get half of 7 figures. Oh, that's gonna be really tough for you. I mean, come on, man. That's what's up, But people's priorities is definitely jangled right now, But I've got 2 exceptions with him. One, I have no problem with players not wanting to play. What didn't happen is because these owners have been talking to him and said they should get out there. If we're going to take a knee and Black Lives Matter, let's go ahead. Let's get that dollar on this plantation. They own black players. And it's really not a good look that he's doing this, but, that's the plantation myself. But then he's going to go to a generic label place to sell his brand himself. I mean, come on, Deion, you're better than that. Florida State didn't want to give him a job, and nobody in the NFL really wants to mess with him. He's arguably one of the greatest players ever. And I mean, when I say that, I'm talking about amongst the great, because he changed the position, back there. He changed the position. I mean, he changed the game in the 90s. But nobody wants to touch prime time. I wonder why. Except the master gonna keep his eye on him. And I'm not comfortable with that with Deion, but I don't like where he's going. Not good looks on these 2 fronts. But anyway, give me your thoughts and takes about Deion Sanders. Sign up with a generic football network and acting funky about this virus. Give me your thoughts and your takes. Hit the like, subscribe, and the bell. New video. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for one another. And remember, separate fan from fiction. Because what you root for and who you root for, they ain't the same person off the field. I'm out.